Okay, stream is live so you can start sharing.
Okay. Here we go.
And let us know whenever you're ready to start.
Yes, sir, ski. Yes, sir, ski. Yes, sir, ski. Yeah. Yes, sir, ski. Let's get involved, yeah.
We are now live. Share, like, and share. Let's get it out. Let's get the word out. Okay.
Nigga, I just shit wrong.
It's the new Twin Cities.
It's the new Twin Cities, yeah. Yes, sir.
Twin Cities. It's the new Twin Cities.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's the new Twin Cities. It's the new Twin Cities. I'm gonna post it on Instagram. Give us a couple seconds. We just getting the word out, sharing it. Get the word out. The new Twin Cities podcast is live.
Hey, Tim, can we get an audio check from you? Perfect, thank you.
Sir.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
The
Let's
new
get
Twin
it.
Cities podcast, you guys. We are here. We are here.
Let's get it.
Episode
Let's
6.
get it. Like and share. Like and share.
Hmm.
Yes, Sirski, the new Twin Cities podcast with Fresh and Toney. We're here, episode 6, baby. What's up?
Let's get it. We here. We made it, man. Episode 6.
Episode 6,
Woo!
man.
I feel like a vet.
Yeah, I know, right? Ah, man.
Getting there, man. Hey,
First episode 6 ever, bro.
the first episode. Hey,
Hell
man,
no.
it's been a good journey so far, man. I love it. I love it.
A good journey, good things happening, man. It's a beautiful day out. You know, the sun is shining.
The sun is shining. You know, 30 degrees hit. You know, white
Barbecue,
folks
man.
in them shorts and them open toe sandals, baby.
Bro, I had a neighbor that came outside with a full Hawaiian flannel on,
Oh, yeah.
shorts. I was outside minding my business, but for 5 minutes he was putting on sunscreen, man.
At 30 degrees?
It was a good 50. I'll
Good
give him
50.
that. It was summertime
all
for
right,
them.
my bad, y'all. It was fun. It was 50 degrees, but y'all get what I mean. You know,
Nah, man, with the
sunscreen
barbecues
though.
was
Wow.
out- yeah, a whole bottle, man.
Wow.
It was a whole bottle, just nonstop. He was doing this up and down, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was painting a wall. It was just multiple layers. It was thorough, man. It was thorough. I smelled some grills out, man.
It's
People
beautiful.
was walking their dogs.
You know, us Midwesterners, is that how we say it?
Yeah.
Us, we love them the 50-degree weather. That's summer to us because
Oh,
we
my
be so
God.
cold all year round down there.
Right,
Yeah.
you know, cold and COVID, man. You don't get no choice, man. You
So
don't
as soon
get-
as that sun peek
don't get
out,
no
you
choice.
outside for sure.
Man, it's you gotta be. I almost put on shorts today. I ain't gonna lie to you, and that was honestly because I ran out of pants. I gotta
Okay.
hit the wash. I ain't gonna
Feeling
lie
good.
To you.
Hey, it's good outside. It's a
Yeah,
good day.
man.
We here.
It is, man. We got a good episode planned.
Yes.
We got a couple videos of the week. We got 2 entries this week, man.
We doing 2 entries. 2 entries.
Dos. And and then after that, we got a legendary guest with us, man. He's on standby right now, calling in. We're gonna chop it up with him.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about
Just
the beginning,
the
to
beginning.
the present, man. We got Timothy Wilson with us, owner of the Urban Light Music.
Yes.
He'll be on in a few minutes. But first,
Let's get into the video of the week.
yeah, man.
Let's do
First one we got is we'll give our producers a second to pull them up. But the first one we got this week was actually a previous guest on our show, Maya Marshall. We're nominating her with the video "Acting Up."
Acting up.
Acting up.
Acting up. That's my song off her new album, Trap Evangelist.
Yes.
It-
Trap Evangelist.
It's out on every platform. Her video is called Acting Up, shot by Henry Smizik.
I think so.
Let's check it up. Here it go. We pulling it up. Acting Up by the homie Maya Marshall.
Good cinematography on this,
This
man.
is great. Tap
Very-
in with Henry, man. This is dope.
Very well shot.
Acting up.
Acting up. Yes, sir.
Acting up.
She got a whole performance going.
This is dope.
Let me go way back. First
way
love made me
back.
really fall. All the way in love, I was so deep. Needed a lifeguard every time he called.
She's working out in like the IDS
Switched
building
up.
or something.
Brand new
Like,
That's
lift the
dope.
wrist up.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
That
but
view
look,
is
she got the
crazy.
flowers on the mic. That's
My
hard.
receipts. Same nigga
She's
asked
a
me to
true
go
creator.
half.
For real. Look at them
Still working with the
transitions.
tab. Knew he was plotting on the come up, so I cashed him out when his boys just laughed. But ever since he done got up in his bag, he acting like he don't remember what we had.
What?
Counting favors like he just so good at math. After everything I did, he don't even know the half.
Man.
Is it those other girls got you mistreating me?
Switch it up on it. See, look, she just switch
Fly.
it up. Fly. Like, I ain't worried about nothing.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
I'ma turn around and do the same thing to you.
Had to find a new nigga. Old one was acting up.
Acting up.
Hey.
Acting up.
Had to find a new nigga. Old one was acting up.
I just love the
Yeah.
way I just love the
Great
culture is
colors,
going.
great transitions. The
Man.
song is amazing.
Now I'm moving on.
Shout out to her, man. Shout out to Maya Marshall. Thank you, Chell and Gabe. Thank you for that clip.
Thank you for the clip, man.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was Acting Up from Maya Marshall, man. That's a hard joint right there. Check her out on Trap Evangelist.
Trap
man.
Evangelist. Follow her on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Maya Marshall.
And Maya, if you listening, drop the video for the song Trap Evangelist, because that thing is hard.
That's
you
gonna
talk
be
about
hard.
that, and I listened to it. It's hard. I like that.
Produced
man.
by Kush.
Is that the one?
I think that's the one produced by Kush.
Shout out to the hombre, man.
Kush
Shout out
two-time.
to the brethren. He also had that song with Popular, Blow Money, too.
Oh, yeah, Blow Money. He just dropped that, man. So go check
watch
that out.
Blow Money.
Shout out Popular. Shout out Kush 2 times, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to Maya for that dope song, too, Acting Up.
Man, that's a really good song, man. We got another one for you too, man. We're doing it 2 times this week, man. I personally wanted this one to be video of the week because not only is this dude a homie and one of my favorite artists out of Minneapolis, because I believe he's a true artist. The video is just goddamn raw, man. Polito Cinco edited it, man.
Yep. Shout out him.
We're talking about the song Facts from Momo. That joint is hard, man.
Man, shout out to Momo, man. I love the way he, do his thing, man, his vision.
Yeah, I can't wait for more of these to drop, man.
Real talk.
But like I said, the song is hard. Facts. Momo just do his thing with melodies, man. But when you pair it with good visuals too, this is something I would see on like I love the colors, and like I said, as soon as our producers get it pulled up, you'll see why, man. Here we go. Facts by Momo, shot by Polito Cinco.
Straight from Minneapolis, Momo.
Let me call right back. I just ran through sight. Blue like 20 racks. That's a fact. Nigga, that's a fact. Everything we riding, matte black on black. Yeah. Watch the money stack. Hundreds back to back. I feel like I'm Dr. Dre. I feel like I'm mad. I'm a motherfucking pimp, ho. Don't get your ass smacked. I be riding with them killers. Got them niggas in the back, yeah. Riding in that Maybach truck with them sticks on us. All them prices going down, but we gon' kill them bitches up. Flying with 100 rounds. I felt like I ain't get enough. We lit as fuck. They killed that boy like they already missed enough. Can't get enough of this money, nigga. 200 can't take nothing from me. I be sipping mud, got me sleepwalking like a zombie. I just got an 8 out the farm. Pay 4K for a PT of that watch. You never will believe what it costs. But I can get all them bottles in by the box. I can still get and break it down. Get them bricks and break it down. Sell that shit from nicks to pound. We gon' take over the town. I be selling white, green, gold, blues and brown. Riding with them hounds. When my dog go walk them down. Swear these niggas clown. They gon' have to take these rounds. Hit him out of bounds, turn that nigga upside down. Knock it out the park, the money gon' come. Tryna make it home like a home run. Made 20 racks like when a loan comes.
Let's wrap that one up, man. That's Momo with Facts, man. Shout out to him,
That's
man.
hard.
That's a joint, man.
Shout out to Momo, man, with Facts.
Yeah, man.
Who shot that, though? Who shot that?
That was shot by Polito Cinco,
Oh, yeah,
man.
Polito.
Yep, shout out to him. I actually had a conversation with him this morning. I had to talk with him because if you look at the video, it just says Polito, and it's like I've seen a lot of his work throughout the years, but you know what I'm saying, just locked in with him on Facebook, and connected it. So he also has his mic series going on too, man. So y'all check him out. That's Momo with Facts, man. Polito said they got a couple more coming too, man. They coming.
Hey,
that
Momo,
heat.
Momo,
yes, sir.
Momo got potential, man. I like the way he, like you said, his melodies are crazy, and then his visuals are getting more crispier and more, just doper.
Yep.
So, my bad if I just made up a word or whatever, but doper. But it's dope, So, man, keep going, Momo. We rocking with you, man.
We rocking with you, dog. So yeah, man, we had to keep it short because we got to get in as much info as we can out of our next guest, man. We got a legendary guest with us.
Yes.
We got Timothy Wilson coming in, man, founder and owner of the Urban Light Music. Tim, how you doing, brother?
Good, man.
Oh yeah, man. We got some double vocals going on right there. Can we get those turned down, chill? You there, Tim? All right,
okay, there
sounds
we go.
good. We good.
There we
man.
go. All right.
This is our first Zoom call. We're trying to get it down, trying to get the mechanics greased and stuff. But Tim, how you doing today, bro? Man, what's going on?
Man, I can't complain, man. I'm chilling, man. I'm just happy. Happy it's above 30 degrees, as my man said outside. That's a good day for us up here. And 2, I'm just honored to be on the show with you guys. So
man, it's an honor to have you on the show, man.
Yeah,
we've been talking about this for weeks. We know you got a lot of legendary, just a lot of just good information, and you've seen a lot. You done been here, you done been around for a minute, so I think you got a lot to just, show the people and tell the people, man. So we want to put a
definitely.
spotlight on you for sure.
Yeah, I don't know how you feel about the spotlight, but it's your turn, man.
Yeah, I like to be behind the scenes, but it's cool.
For sure, brother, man. So
We hear that.
Okay. So man, I don't even know where to start. Where do we start? Do we start 1993 when the shop was started, man?
Yeah, we can start there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get into that.
How did the Urban Light Music Shop come about? By the way, I got the Lights Club shirt on, man.
There you go.
Urban
I
Lights
appreciate
Music
that.
Club.
Appreciate that support.
Mhm.
Man, 93. So backstory is the store kind of feels like my bedroom growing up. So, and I have been DJing forever, man, since high school days, and literally built my record collection on bartering, if you will.
Facts.
Music City, Music Land, Northern Lights over the past few years, and Northern Lights in particular. I used to hang out there every day when I was in sales.
So
okay.
And
So is that Minneapolis or St. Paul? Let's.
that was the St. Paul location in the same spot I'm in now. So
Oh, it's
literally-
called Northern Lights.
Yeah, it was called Northern Lights. So
Okay.
yeah, I used to pop through there every day, have lunch, sit behind the counter, read the trade magazines, catch the promo stuff they would give me, et cetera, et cetera. And doing it after about 2-3 years, man, and having just a lot of industry conversations with the ownership, they told me, hey, man, we're about to sell this location and you should buy it. And so rewind, me and my buddies used to talk about owning a record store all the time.
Oh.
So I got on the phone with each one of them and I said, hey, guess what happened today? Opportunity came to own a record store. Long story short, everybody was in. And September 1993, after a lot of paperwork and negotiations and this and that, we opened the doors.
Wow, man, what a great origin story. So I see what you did. I see what you did there. I see the vision. You turned Northern Lights into Urban Lights. Man, I see the vision.
That's dope. That's dope. Was you So what was it at? So what? Okay, what high school did you go to? Was it?
I went to Washburn.
Washburn. Oh, okay. So you had a little bit of both, St. Paul and Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then I was part of it was a crazy DJ scene back then. So me and my crew kind of ran the South Side.
Okay.
And we had Ray Seville, Mike Mack, Lazy T, all those guys ran the North Side. Then we had the Wop Master, Clarky, he owned St. Paul.
Okay.
So we all used to move within the triangle to DJ parties and host events and what have you, break dance. We thought we was New York back then.
Yeah.
Break rapping, graffiti art, all that good stuff.
Okay, so that was like the energy was like the New York rap back then. That was like what you guys tried to put into the.
We attempted. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
We attempted. We did the best we could. We were involved with a record store. So before Urban Lights, I was totally involved with a record store called Wide Angle.
Okay.
Which was on 25th and Nicollet at the time.
Okay.
We ran a record pool out of there called the Minnesota Street Jocks Record Pool. And so pretty much every club DJ in the city, every radio DJ, came through us to get their records every week so we could break music. And then I would report back to the trades and I would report back to the record labels, what's hot, what's not, and what's working in the city.
Like how they used to do with disco music and stuff back in the 70s and 80s and stuff.
I mean, you got to remember, most music that broke on the streets. It didn't break because of the radio. And we're talking about a lot of underground labels like your Rap-A-Lots, your Sugar Hill, Tommy Boy, Luke Records, all those kinds. So, we had great relationships with all those people. They used to send tons of music our way, tons of merch our way. And all our job was get it out through the cities, get it played in the clubs, get it on the radio and a mix show if we could,
Okay.
Nice.
So how would you build those relationships though, coming from Minnesota? And was the hip hop scene vibrant back then? Was it stronger and
it was. I would say it wasn't as strong as most cities, because again, we're the Midwest, so it's a different thing going on here, where as far as hip hop goes.
Right.
This, again, the city was built on Prince and the Time.
Exactly.
And all, just the Minneapolis sound. That's what built the city.
Okay.
So, our entry into it was hip hop, but we were friends with all those people.
Oh.
So we would pull influences for them in all our music, whether it was Style Posse, IRM Crew, Rhyme Sayers. It was just a lot of different, fledgling groups getting started trying to make it happen. And I took I run my mouth a lot. So my expertise in sales, because I was doing very well in sales, I took that and I just brought it into the music business. And so, as in sales, you just make cold calls. So I sat with a list of record labels in front of me, man. I called every record label in the world, man, and built a relationship.
Man, that's
wow,
dope,
that's
man.
super dope, man. And that rings true because we took a visit to your shop, a couple weeks ago or a week ago and some change.
Yep.
And we peeped the awards from Epic Records, awards from Death Row. You have an award from Death Row for helping them sell records.
Yes. Yeah. We was involved on the early stages of, the Chronic, Doggy Style, those type of records from a marketing perspective, from a promotional perspective,
That's
a DJ
dope.
perspective. So, they again, labels like that recognized how important DJs were and how important the street was.
Right.
Because, you take a record like Snoop Dogg or take the Chronic even being kind of the first thing to jump off. Those aren't radio records.
Right.
Those records happened because of neighborhood record stores playing it. I remember we did a midnight sale for Snoop Dogg. We had a line down to the corner. I don't even know how many products we went through that night between vinyl, CDs, and cassettes, but I know it was a pallet worth. That's what the truck dropped off. And literally in 1 hour, that was gone.
On University?
On University.
Wow, I
That's
wish you had a picture
real
of that. That would be dope.
That was pre-camera phone.
Oh, okay.
That I had to go get developed.
Yep. You know what you got me thinking about, Tim? You I'm jumping ahead a little bit.
ahead.
We'll go back though. Growing. I was born in 1990, so I was a baby during the heat of it, but I can still remember a little bit. Street teams were like the original SoundCloud because, like he just said, them records Death Row was dropping and all them artists in the gangster rap scene, those aren't mainstream records, so they had to fan out through the streets. What is SoundCloud? Underground, kind of like through the streets, man. Like y'all originally did that.
Definitely agree. I mean, I remember the first time I saw a real street team, and then of course, we brought that back to the city and tried to utilize it on artists we were working with and stuff. But I was, being part of the Black Music Coalition at the time, which was about 300 plus stores in '93 when we got involved in retail.
Here in Minnesota or in general?
Nationally.
Oh, nice.
The whole United States. So we
hard.
would get invited to different events in LA and New York, Chicago. And so I remember being at the Jason's Lyric movie premiere in New York.
Wow. Dang.
I know everybody was there.
Ever saw a street team, we came out of the movie and Bad Boy had Bad Boy picket signs everywhere and Think Big, which was the promotion for Craig Mack and Biggie back then. And they just it was like a march going on. And it was the first time I ever seen it. I was like, this is amazing. This is the future of how to market music. And we came back to the city, we implemented it in a few things. People tell you stories on how we used to get down.
Okay.
South Beach nightclub, stuff like that to promote things we had going on.
Man, that's super dope, man.
That's
like
dope.
You witnessed a real live movement going on.
Evolution, man.
For sure. Yeah.
Man,
Never seen nothing like that in my life. And it was, we immediately, because we're not from the area, we thought something was wrong. All of a sudden, we thought it was a protest or something. But literally, Bad Boy with a cat yelling with a megaphone out of the top of a van, and all these people with protest signs that said it had the Bad Boy logo, and they flip it around and it said "Think Big" on the other side. It's crazy.
Man, I know that was crazy to see back then.
Wow.
In New York.
Was that a coincidence, or were you out in New York on business?
Well, I was out there for the premiere.
Oh, the Jason. Yeah, that's right. My bad.
Yep.
So
I
got excited from hearing that.
Yeah, we were with who is it? Polygram, Island Def Jam, Polygram Records at the time. Mercury. Okay. They had invited a bunch of retail out there to come check it out, and dude, that was the first thing we seen when we came out of the movie.
Damn, that's tight, man. So that was when that's when retail was
super important.
That was the plug. You had to have it.
I mean, And again, it's been a wild ride, man. But I would have times, man, when cats like 8 Ball and MJG would walk through the door and with an arm full of posters and 2-3 boxes of CDs and say, "Hey, man, we from Memphis, man. We about to jump off. Man, can we leave some CDs for you to give out to people? Can we leave some vinyl for you to get to the DJs? Can you put these posters up?" I mean, it was stuff like that all the time. And again, they understood that they had to move across the country and do that with a number of record stores in order for just to get people to, like Coming Out Hard was a big jump off for them. And that all happened because of independent black stores.
So just going to store to store. They came from Memphis all the way to Minnesota.
And they was in a Cadillac, just driving from here, stopping at every independent store along the lines on their way to LA to keep promoting this album.
And that's how they used to do it back then. So you probably done seen so many artists that's big names now that when they first came up coming through the stores, right?
Yeah, we would. It was weird, man. There'd be times, man. I remember my man from Sony called me, say, "Hey Tim, I got some artists in town. Can we just pop through?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's cool. It's regular day at the store." It's like a Monday or a Tuesday, and Wyclef comes walking through the door with Destiny's Child, and he's like, "Hey, it's a new group out of Texas, man. They gonna be big," and shook
Destiny
hands,
Child.
Yeah, the original, the 4.
Wow. Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And now look at him. Beyonce's the
wow.
She's the queen.
The queen bee, for
real.
Did you see it in her though when she walked through the door?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Yes.
You did? Okay.
Because it's just, because I also do stuff on the other side with music management and stuff, and I just believe that me and my team, my business partner, Roberta Ryan, we have a good eye for talent, and I could tell that she was the one. There's just certain groups, when you meet them, it might be 3-4 cats in the group, but one of them's got that
absolutely
star quality, that it factor.
Yep. Wow.
Absolutely, man. Man.
Beyonce.
That was Beyonce. All right, we're done. All right.
Man, so
well, shoot. All right, so I have a question. Then I saw the picture of when OutKast came through to the shop. What's the story behind that?
So that was their first album, Southern Playalistic. They was on a promo run, and they were actually doing showcase in town at night, and I believe it was at one of the clubs, South Beach, Daddy Rock, something in downtown.
Wow, South Beach. Wow.
We had worked out a situation for them to come to the store, because again, I built these relationships with these record reps, and so they understand the street really got to get this record cooking. So, man, they came through the store. It was one of the ones we had some heads up, so we got to promote it.
Okay.
And they ended up hanging out all day.
Nice.
Ended up hanging with him at the mall, ended up hanging with him at the club after, and then ushering them out of town. But the day they came to the store, we actually ended up having a freestyle battle. And
you was in the freestyle battle too?
Nah. I had put my mic up a long time before that. But it was a number of up and coming rappers, all took their turn on the microphone with Big Boy and Andre 3000 in the center. We had moved the stuff around the store, so it was like a battle circle, and cats just came out and started going at each other. And there was a lot of different people from the city, but I do remember one young man in the middle of the group, and that was Slug from Atmosphere.
What?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, shout out to Slug.
He got out, did his thing.
Okay.
I was impressed.
All right.
And then you see what happened.
History, the proof is in the pudding, man. That is what it is. Sure. So, as a younger cat, born in 1990, you're telling me that OutKast had a rap battle in that same spot that you sitting there right now.
That is wild, yo. Like, everybody should know about this. Like, that's crazy. Like,
I should write a book.
Man, you should.
Please.
We
thinking about it.
Please. I need to hear more of this, man. That OutKast was one of the original reasons I jumped into music myself. So that's really mind blowing to hear, because I was in 5th grade listening to Players Ball on the way to Valley Fair. Like, everybody was talking about getting on the roller coaster, man. I had Players Ball in my headphones. I didn't care about nothing. It's beginning to look a lot like what?
I'll tell you this. What a lot of people don't know, and I can't say the label, but it was a local label actually passed on OutKast before they ended up with LaFace Records.
What is
in Minnesota?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
It would be snitching if you said the name?
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Cause
All
that
right.
was man.
Damn, that's
You pass up on out. Maybe they didn't
Hey,
understand
Jim,
it back
hey,
then.
Did you see Jim
Nah, they
Jones?
probably didn't. They didn't because it was, it was that South sound, it was that
Yeah.
Southern sound that hadn't really kicked into gear yet,
Okay.
and people just, it's with anything new in music, people get afraid, whether it's, when we had the rock rap movement, a lot of labels were scared to jump in that pool,
Right, right.
whether the whole West Coast gangster rap movement, what you would call the Texas kind of flow they had going on. I don't know what you actually call it, but offshoot from down south. But they had their own thing going with rap a lot. With when they had Ghetto Boys and Scarface and Big Mike and all those guys. So it was a different thing going on. But people are always scared of something new, and I just think these guys just passed on it because it just wasn't their cup of tea at the time.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But now they like,
Hey,
man.
It be like that though. Yep, that's the picture of Tim and Mobb Deep. Yes.
Yeah, man, that was right. That was right before Prodigy passed. Man, probably a year. Maybe a couple years. That was when they signed with G Unit.
Okay.
I remember that time. Around that.
50
Oh yeah, I
had
can
my
see it right
promo.
there under on Prodigy. He's got the G Unit right here.
Oh,
on his
Yeah,
chest and stuff.
yeah. Fifth put him out on a promo run. And
Okay.
so again, he understood the game. Like you gotta,
hit the streets.
come shake hands with the local stores, whether it's me in Minnesota, DBS Sounds in Atlanta, George's Music Room in Chicago, VIP in LA. You gotta just hit certain spots in order to really get a record cooking.
Yes, sir.
So you would say, so it sounds like Minnesota was an important hub to the music industry, the rap industry, back then.
Oh, man, most definitely. Even past what we did on the street, what you have to understand is that over 90% of the music purchased in the United States all came out of Minnesota at one time, because you had Best Buy headquarters here, Sam Goody headquarters here, which is Music Land, Coconuts, other people, and you had Target. So all these artists eventually had to come to Minneapolis, and literally, I've been to meetings, man, where cats like 50 Cent will be on a whiteboard in front of all the retail people.
Wow. Oh,
Target,
those
Best
meetings
Buy.
are real.
Those meetings are real, and he's writing out like, this is what we estimate sales should be this year on this particular project. I got a video for this song. We're going on tour on this date. I'm going to radio with this song. I need y'all support. And it was like that for all kinds of artists.
Wow.
Man. That's really cool. Shoot. So all right, so let's double back kind of into the origins, right? So we started so you started in 93, you got you transitioned the shop from Northern Lights to the Urban Lights music. All right,
Was that the time around when like gangster hip hop was coming in as well, or like the West Coast gangster hip hop?
It was probably a year off, maybe.
Okay. So
like 94, 95, 96, it kind of really got cooking.
Okay, so from your point of view, how did how did they respond to that in Minnesota, like that gangster hip hop? Like, was it accepted easily, or like
huge.
It was huge?
Yeah, it was huge.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it was huge because here's the thing, like St. Paul is more like the West Coast sound.
Yep.
And then listen, I'm getting this
that.
information just from how I sell music and what I would see from customer buying habits, but more West Coast music sells than St. Paul, whereas my customers from Minneapolis that would come over are still looking for the East Coast hits.
Okay.
They're still looking for the Wu-Tang Clan and whatever's popping on, that side of town. And then you get into the north side where I notice a lot more cats on the north side really dig more of the Southern music. So it just really depends.
Okay.
That
Wow.
makes a lot of sense.
That does make
makes
sense.
a lot of sense.
Growing up in St. Paul, all I heard was underground, Rich the Factor, Messy Marv.
Yep,
Like
yep.
growing up in St. Paul, that's all I used to hear. Fat Tone.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
I'm like, who is them? Where they from? Kansas City. Like it was so that's growing up that
they're
influence.
still banging them over here. They love
wow.
that music over in St. Paul.
I wonder how that.
And,
okay.
And the thing of, as a matter of fact, Messy Marv was another cat early on. Man, walked in with an arm full of posters and was like, Man, I'm from the Bay, man. I'm out here trying to get known, bro. Can you put my posters up? Can I leave
Yeah.
you some CDs?
That's
So
crazy.
it was a hustle back then.
That's crazy that everybody was coming to create a relationship with you. You know, like these big artists that's so big now that they came to you. And like, was there any artists in Minnesota that was doing those same things, like coming to you and trying to get their hustle
Yeah.
on?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
back then?
definitely.
Okay.
There was a lot of cats. Top Tone, rest in peace. He was one that was real big, known outside the city, but he had a great marketing campaign. Was known all over on both sides of town.
Oh, okay.
Sold a lot of cassettes back in the day.
Top Tone.
Those were the big. He might have been one of the biggest. I mean, of course you have rhyme sayers,
Right.
and what they did with Atmosphere and Idea and Abilities and people like that, Brother Ali. Those are ones that come to mind off the top.
Okay.
Yeah, there never has just been a real like boom. That artist is from Minnesota outside of your Princes
In those.
and the Time.
Yep.
Those groups.
Let me
On
ask,
the rap side.
Let me ask if because you can go into it as deep as you want to. So what is your opinion on why there hasn't been a big artist from Minnesota yet that he or she doesn't have to get to Prince's level, but you know what I'm saying? How come there's not a Kanye
That
or
boom.
a Game or a 50 Cent or an OutKast from Minnesota? In your opinion,
is because there's no Minnesota rap sound.
Okay.
Minnesota is more of a melting pot of a bunch of different sounds. You've got cats who rap South, East, West. There's nothing that you can, when rappers come from Chicago.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
You know when a rapper comes from LA.
Mhm.
You know when a rapper comes from New York. We have the melting pot. We have everybody. So there's really never been an opportunity for someone to really stick just because it's so many different styles of music going on. And obviously Rhyme Sayers obviously being the biggest.
Gotcha.
Because they sold a lot of records.
They did.
They did. They definitely
did.
did. They
Yeah,
definitely
for
earned
sure.
that.
All respect and credit due to them for sure.
For sure.
Man, I was going somewhere with that, man. I forgot. It's just a lot, man. A lot of angles
But
to come from.
don't forget the city's rocking. There's some up and coming artists, man.
Oh,
that
yeah.
are really about to put their foot in it and really get the opportunities to really change the game in the city. So
Yep. And I could feel it. The culture, like just from what we do, you can feel that. Like it's slowly happening, but it's happening. And I can see the difference in like even like the support is different from what it was 10 years ago. People want to support now.
And that's a good word right there, support.
Yep.
And I think that leads into the other reason why no one really has, because there's never been a groundswell of support
There you go.
for local talent.
Gotcha.
Everybody always like, well, man, you ain't really like XYZ out on the West Coast or Chicago or, out East, when we should be trying to develop our own. And we should support anybody who puts out record in this city should get our support.
Exactly.
That's true.
And I feel like more of that is happening now. Like as time progressed, I feel like the city is starting to become one. It's not just like St. Paul and Minneapolis now. It's like we're all supporting this guy as one big city. And I feel like that's the only way it's going to work nowadays is we come together as a whole city.
Yeah. Yeah. I think having two cities kind of messed us up.
Yeah, because it always separated us. I feel like
that wasn't intentional by anybody. You know what I'm saying? That's just how life happened. It was a farmer thing. It was just better for farming on this side of the river, on Minneapolis side of the river. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But because St. Paul truly has like the history of Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? That feel, at least it feels like an old city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Chicago's only 30 years older than St. Paul.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but for some reason Chicago has
so
much, so much going on there, culture and history and stuff. You from Rockford?
Yep.
I know.
Yep.
So, yeah, man. Where was I going? To the shop. The shop. So the shop has been around for 30 years now, man, right? Correct? Is that correct?
Sure.
All
Yeah,
right, man.
Somewhere in that math area, yep.
Hey,
Yes.
we got a cut. There was a couple comments on the screen we got. Somebody said they got their first Compton's Most Wanted record from him. Yes, sir, man.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Yes,
Shout out
sir.
to Michael. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, that's really funny because CM Dub was you know how you said the North Side in Minneapolis is more trap rapper and gangster and stuff. That was what I grew up with. A lot of CMW, Tupac. Actually, I went into Young Jeezy in 2005, and for those of you who don't know, the person who created the trap sound was inspired by Prince, and that's why he put synths over hi-hats. And that's how trap sound was partially created.
That's dope.
But anyways, though, so throughout the years, that was a question I have that Gabe also asked. You know, you've been around for 30 years. I have two questions that I don't know if they're really related. Who was your favorite person to meet? And then I don't know which one, you can answer either one however you want to. Who was your first favorite person to meet? Right. And what was your hardest year throughout all 30 years so far?
We can go backwards. The hardest year definitely was the COVID civil unrest year for sure.
Okay.
Just
wow, recently.
That's really that's good and surprising to hear. Like, but go ahead.
I mean, you know, you have bumps and bruises throughout. You know what I'm saying? But nothing as devastating as having to be closed for a while.
Right.
And then you get to reopen, and then the civil unrest jumps off like 2 weeks later. And now everybody is boarded up, and, you know, people are afraid to come out, shop like they used to, etc. Business owners are afraid to take the boards off the window because we don't know if it's going to pop off again. So, you know, that was the hardest time. And then really just honestly, you know, just kind of getting people back into the swing of things of wanting music again, wanting to come back out, be around people again.
Sociable.
Yeah. So that was the hardest for sure.
So you know what? I happen to be one of them people you're speaking about. It's like, even when we came into the shop, you know, I was like, it was just like a blast. Like, you know what I'm saying? We've been in the crib for so long, you know, it felt good to and I had just come back from Chicago, so I was surrounded by our people, and it's like I felt that way walking into your shop. And it was a great feeling. I think everybody who's, you know, been in the crib and hasn't been there in a while or at all, you should take a walk in, man. It's a real life time capsule.
Please do.
The energy, everything that just comes from going in the store, it just feels authentic and just our culture. Like, I love it. It's rich in our culture. So that's why I want to highlight, you know, his shop and what he do, and why, you know, how important he is to the culture of the Twin Cities hip hop. You know,
for sure. So throughout,
and
go ahead.
I was gonna say, so, you know, I don't know, probably my favorite person was 50 Cent. Because we actually sat down and had a conversation about video games and other stuff. We didn't even talk music. And then I had a relationship with DJ Woo Kid prior to even meeting 50 Cent, and I met 50 because of Woo Kid.
Shout out to Woo Kid.
Yeah. Shout out to Woo Kid.
Legend.
Man, we used to sell so many Woo Kid mix CDs back in the day, and that's how me and him got a real cool relationship.
That's what's
and
up.
He always used to call me and be like, man, I got this kid, 50 Cent, man, I want to bring him to town. And I'm like, bro, nobody knows him yet. Like, nah, let's hold off. And, you know, eventually he talked me into it, and I got some people interested in that. And I believe we sold the Quest out that night and had a line around the block. And that was a week before Get Rich or Die Trying came out. So we knew it was going to blow. But me and him have had like just real cool conversations, like when he was putting video games out, just talking concepts and stuff like that. So he was probably one of the more enjoyable cats to sit down and just chop it up with.
That's what's up, man. That's 50. Super dope. How did you feel about 50 when you first heard him? You feel me? Like when you heard Get Rich or Die Trying?
Oh yeah, I knew it was the next wave, man. Just that, you know what I'm saying, that A&R mentality kicked in. I was like, this is incredible.
This is it.
Like, this is about to do numbers.
Wow, that's wild. And
you know, it's like certain times, man, certain music you hear when you first got a chance to hear NWA, that was a game changer. When you first heard Public Enemy, game changer. Wu-Tang Clan, game changer. You know, Jay, Nas, those type of people. All game changers, and Fifth definitely is in that category.
Absolutely, as he should be, man. As he should be. That's I call him my spirit animal, man. 50.
Was he like that? Was he kind of like an asshole when you met him, or like was he like?
Nah, man. He's totally different than you would imagine.
Okay, I know Instagram. I just get this this asshole vibe.
That's what he gives out, because people just be trying him, man. Okay. Like, for real, he's actually.
and that's why I probably enjoyed the conversations with him because I didn't expect that's what it was gonna be.
Gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope, man.
Man,
So
that's super dope.
over the years, man, just adapting. How's adapting been? Just the change between going physical CDs, vinyls, and stuff like that to the internet.
That's
a
How's
good
that?
question.
It's been a big change. I mean, I remember sitting having I was with a friend of mine who's in the industry as a producer, and they're from New York. And so I remember we were sitting eating one day, and he said, "Tim, man, what you gonna do, man, when they don't sell when they stop selling CDs and vinyl?" And at that time, and I always look back on this conversation, I was like, "Man, that's never gonna happen. What are you talking about? You're crazy. It's the land of milk and honey out here,
Right?
It's falling from the sky." And sure enough, about a year later.
Just a year later.
Stuff started to dry up, man.
Oh,
and
wow.
Music became harder and harder to get. People's buying habits changed because now all of a sudden you got iPods and all these different things coming into play. And so it was a big transition. I like to feel like we kind of stayed. I also feel like I was a year too late. Like I should have moved a little bit faster.
Okay.
But we did catch up and we're able to kind of tap into where things were going with that point. So, again, you get your cassettes and vinyl, and then you move on to the CDs and vinyl, and then all of a sudden nobody wants vinyl anymore because DJs now DJ off computers. Nobody wants CDs anymore because now they have this iPod that looks like a garage door opener that they want to put all the music into. So, we just adapted along the way, found out ways to incorporate what we do into what everyone else does.
Okay.
And just change our model. And that's one of the reasons why we're probably still around.
Man,
and you kept that classic feel. You kept the whole the hip hop feel and everything. Like,
is that just now? Obviously, that's part of your aesthetic, but is that also a little bit of stubbornness to change?
Oh, for sure. People ask me, "Man, Tim, man, we should do this and that."
Man. This has been working for me for 30 years. Why am I gonna change it?
Yeah, again, this is what my bedroom looked like until my parents was like, "You no longer can live here
no more." That's dope, man.
I'm gonna just ride it out. I mean, most of the stuff you guys see on the wall has been up since '93. Like I haven't, a couple of artists have changed here and there, but I try to keep the classics up. And
man,
you definitely got classics.
Proof is in the pudding right now behind you, man. You got that Nas plaque right there, man. You got. I see a couple epic plaques. Are you sitting on the back wall where the DJ deck is?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good. That whole back wall, that wall that's up there by the stairs, right there. Yep. That would be to your right, man. That's my whole childhood. You got Chingy, Illmatic up there. A couple of different names, man.
Legends.
Like we young cats, so we're trying to keep up to speed with you right now. So
I appreciate that,
man.
And at the end of the day, man, we just. Our whole thing, man, with the record store, and the reason why I even did the record store is that I wanted to, in addition to my love for music, because I probably could be doing a bunch of other things that probably financially make more sense.
Mm-hmm.
I just love music, man. I love turning people on to new stuff they've never heard of. So that's never changed since '93. To my conversation
so
with
tight.
people today.
That's dope.
But even in that. In just picking the name Urban Lights, like I just wanted to be a light in the hood. And just to show
I didn't even think about it like that.
Outside, maybe you're not the top athlete, maybe you're not the top this or that student, what have you. I could just inspire somebody by standing behind the counter every day to think differently, maybe think about owning a business, think about entrepreneurship. I've had a number of people come in and I've sat with them and they've actually took notes and things like that, wrote reports, actually talked about opening businesses. And for me, the big payoff is when I had recently I had a kid come in who I've known his parents forever because they bought music here.
Okay. And
they brought him in as a child, and he's grown up and now graduated from college and came in and said, "Hey, Tim, I just want to let you know, like I'm opening a business." And a lot of me doing that is because I used to see you when my parents came in here. You was behind this counter every day selling stuff, and I wanted to sell something too.
That's dope.
Like, that's awesome.
That's really tight.
That's dope, man.
That's really tight, man. That's
inspiring.
That's how you bring the hood forward. That's how you push the hood forward.
And that's the kind of vibe I got walking in there, man. I like just inspiration just to see all your memorables, your valuables. What's the most prized possession, like what's your most valuable like plaque or like signed memorabilia or
Honestly,
something?
man, I have no idea.
You got so
What's
much.
what means the most to me, man, is just my record collection
Okay.
of my joints that I listen to all the time. Ready to
Okay.
Die,
Yep.
Biggie, Steely Dan, Asia,
Yes.
Maze, Back to the Basics. Like just the records that I have that I'll never sell.
Okay.
Those are
Most.
probably the most important to me.
Okay.
Got you.
That's dope.
And I imagine what is close to you, does it hold closer to you because you played a part in the upbringing of it?
Nah, with Ready to Die, I just felt it was the greatest rap album I've ever heard in my life. And I was blessed to actually be in the studio in New York while they cut some of those records. So it feels different to me because I was there.
Wow.
So that's why that feels like that. And then I always just felt Steely Dan, Asia was just musically was incredible. Like it was just one of those things that I would just sit and listen to. Like, how did they do that? Why did these guys sound like so dope? Like it doesn't make sense to me. And so I wanted to know more and get into their catalog, etc. And then Maze, be honest, that was the first record I ever owned. My aunt gave it to me for my birthday. And so
Nice.
that made me want to start DJing.
Okay,
Nice,
that's
okay.
dope.
Damn, that's super tight, man. So cause I'm like, I looked into the case. You got your trophy case, like not. I'll ask the opposite of what my brother here just asked. What is the most? What is the most like if you had to give everything away in there? What would be like the one thing you would keep? You don't have to give all the details.
Probably the Nipsey Hussle.
Oh yes, seen that. That's in the front right there. And if y'all don't know what we talking about, go visit his shop and find out.
Go visit the shop.
Like real, this is more real. Not it ain't even about money. That what you expect when you go to the MIA for hip hop, you find at this man's shop, man.
Yeah.
Nipsey Hussle is really the
Mecca for real.
yeah, really though. Like, for anybody, because I'm from Minneapolis, so there's a, shout out to Rhyme Sayers, but there's still a question as to does hip hop live in Minneapolis, and it's like, no, it lives in Minnesota. Period.
Yes.
Like, just go visit, go visit Urban Light. That's where the heart is where it's thriving. So.
And them are my homies, man. I went to high school with all those guys, so
Okay.
we all lived in the same neighborhood. So
Yeah, the South Side, because you went to Washburn.
Okay.
We all went to Washburn.
Yep.
Yeah, we all did the talent shows together, man. The parties at McCray Park, all that.
Yo, that's super tight,
dope.
man. I believe my dad works down there right now. Small world, man.
That's crazy.
So
Okay. All right, so let's I guess fast forward a little bit.
My bad.
Go ahead.
Real quick, I just saw a good question on the screen. Tim, what's your location and your hours for our viewers who aren't informed yet?
We are located in St. Paul in the Midway, 1449 University Avenue, St. Paul, Minnesota 55104. We are here every day from 11 to 6, every day except Sunday, because I need like one day to just breathe.
Gotta meditate, gotta listen to them records, you feel me?
Like every Saturday, do you have somebody DJing as well, or is
We do.
Okay.
Every Saturday from 12 to 4, we have live DJs. That event's called Faders Up. It's a networking opportunity where you can just come in, chop it up with, cats that have been in the DJ game a long time, learn some things if you would like to, and just talk music, equipment. A lot of people come in, hey, I want to buy some turntables. What should I get? These are the times that we can answer those type of questions. And then we also do the open mic. And actually, open mic now is going to be moved to every second Thursday of the month.
Okay.
And that's hosted by Chosen Mindset and Vlad G. So we cooking up a big one for this month, or April, I should say. We already had the one for this month, but April coming up, we got something big in store. We got a DJ battle coming up April 30th, which is going to be the second annual. And there were 4 winners last year who will be defending their crown against some new competition. So
Yeah.
That's
trying
dope.
to
That's
keep it moving,
dope.
man.
I see. Hey,
Yeah.
that's dope, man. We need to get this information out to the people because you got the spot, man. Like they need to be informed on
Appreciate
all of this. Like
Absolutely.
you man. I don't know why people ain't done this earlier. Like, man, you know how you can go. Like, if this spot was in New York, we would say if this spot was in New York, you would be everywhere. Like, you would be like in the hip hop, you know, like a legendary.
And
I mean, you
know,
already
I'll be honest with you,
go ahead.
a
Go ahead.
lot of what it looks like, was my bedroom, but two, a mentor of mine was George Daniels, who owned George's Music Room in Chicago. And so when you walked in his store, you would get the same feel. And that was like when I got to be a part of the coalition and I got to tour other stores, he was one of the first ones I got to walk into. And I'm like, oh, yo, this is it.
That's hard.
Man, that's exactly
That's
the
hard.
same way we felt walking in your store. Like,
Yes,
this
sir.
is it. Like, everybody should know about this spot. Like, ASAP.
Yo, whatever you were trying to do, you did it.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Sure.
You did it.
For sure. And that's why we documenting this, man, because the history is so rich in there. Like, you got so much, man, just important stuff in there, man.
And we know, that because you obviously have lived through it, so you're currently still doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? So it all is a flow of motion for you, but I know you usually don't want to look back, but I feel like you're one of the people who you are afforded the right to look back, you know what I'm saying? And I
appreciate that.
And I know you said that, and you say you like to hang in the background and stuff, but if you were to look back, there's a lot for people to look at and still enjoy, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you think, as he was saying, you said you like to play in the back. You think, did that play a part in like the reason why like Atmosphere kind of like became like the forefront of the hip hop scene here? Is that, you think that was the reason, or like do you just?
And I mean, I'll be honest with you, it didn't have really nothing to do with me.
Okay. No, I get that.
But I will say that Fifth Element as a store, may have been inspired by me, and that's just because Sadiq, who's a really good friend of mine, who owned Rhyme Sayers, used to come through and I would kind of walk him through on how to start a store, and then Fifth Element started. Now, the reason why Atmosphere blew was because they had their finger on the pulse of what the city wanted at that particular time.
Oh, okay.
And you know what I'm saying? As far as the rap style that they were bringing, as far as the content, the music, etc., they knew what the city wanted. And I remember taking a group that I represented at that particular time. I remember we went to First Ave one night, and I said, "Come on, we're gonna go down here and check this Rhyme Sayers show out." And I remember going into that show, and Atmosphere was performing that night. Might have been a few other cats, I'm not really sure. But I remember they had a merch table, they had cassettes for sale, they had T-shirts, hats, and I'm telling these cats like, "Yo, we got to do just like this."
That's how you got to come.
Nah.
Yep.
It was like, nah, we want to sign a major label deal, man. We want big, man. This is local stuff. And I'm like, no, these guys understand what's going on in the music industry, bro. Like, we got to get down with how they're doing business. And, again, a year, 2 years later, and that night it was a slow crowd, right? But fast forward a year later, it was sold out.
Crazy.
A year later, they had to do 3 nights.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Then a year later, they did Soundset. So it just kept getting bigger and bigger. And they had the model. They had the model at that particular time.
And they just kept putting it in people's faces, not letting up.
Yeah.
I feel like that's.
I mean, you got to, at the end of the day, man, you got to give the people what they want, man. And you really got to tap into the market that you're trying to sell to. And a lot of times, I think maybe artists on this end don't really get in that groove. You know what I'm saying? Put music on. Sometimes you got to do some market research. Sometimes you got to go, you know what? Maybe I'm not selling what people are buying.
Exactly. maybe this ain't my right demographic. Maybe I need to, I feel like a lot of artists miss that point. They just think putting out music is it. Like when you got to really get into like the analytics of this stuff. Like where's people getting your music? Where's people listening to your music the most? That's where you need to go and do that groundwork, that footwork. And a lot of artists miss that, man. So
I
And I'll
even
be honest
just
with you, man, I think right now we're getting back to the street team.
Yep.
We're getting back to cats got to really grind again. Cats got to get out
Facts.
here, hit these open mics, hit
Facts.
these showcases.
Yes.
Build relationships.
Flyers. Yeah, you got to build relationships with people in town. Your DJs in the club, you got to go shout them out. Go, hey man, I got a brand new record, man. Want to play this? You know, and bring it to them. Don't give them your phone to plug in.
Man.
Bring them an MP3 or something
The
that
right
they can
way.
plug into their computer and boom, you right there, you know. So I'm saying it's just getting back to that, and it's good to see. And there is a vibe in the city right now, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Yeah,
That's
heck
dope.
yeah, man.
That's dope. And we trying to be a part of whatever you got going on.
man.
So man, we just trying to make everything just make sense in the city, man. Cause it's that time, like you said, it's the city is growing, the everything is growing right now. And I feel like rest in peace to George Floyd. You know, we said this in our last show. That really put an eye on the city. Like right now in today's, like people know it's black people here now. Like we used to get that every time we go out of the city. Is it black people in Minnesota? Now they like, yeah, it's black people there for sure.
I actually got is there people in Minnesota? Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was while I was in LA. They think we was in Captains. I'll never forget that.
Oh wow.
Man, we used to be in the studio. We would have a session in New York working with particular artists, and the first question, and these are, you know, people that you guys would be like, man, they asked that. But the first question was like, so you're from Minnesota? Yeah. Man, do you know Prince? Do you know the guy from Rhyme Sayers? Like, that was the questions that they would ask.
Wow.
Right.
That's real.
That's real.
That's super real. Especially like when Prince was in his heyday, man. Like, man, oh my lordy.
How was times back then when Prince was really out here? Like,
I mean, the music scene was closer back then. You know what I'm saying? And,
everybody was close knit.
And all the young cats that I used to hang out with, we got embraced by the Jimmy Jams and Terry Lewis and Prince, and really had the opportunity to be at Flight Time, to be at Paisley Park, you know, and actually sit in on sessions. Sometimes even be a part of the process of what was going on, and actually have an audience with those guys to play music and artists we were working with, or Prince used to come and sit in at South Beach with me on Wednesday nights and just sit in the booth and chop it up while I was DJing. So, you know,
was he really him? Was he really him?
Yeah, he was a cool dude.
Yes.
That was my man.
Yes.
Now, you have any funny stories with him or anything you can talk
I
about?
can't tell him, bro.
Okay. That's
real.
cool. That's fine.
That's
Just
we totally understood. When it was understood, ain't got to be said.
The people who are in the stories, you know.
Okay.
Yep.
Man, that's dope to even have those memories with him, man. I bet he was a good dude for real.
Yeah. So I got a question. I got two questions for you.
Okay.
So kind of related to what we were talking about before, Prince. You know, because a lot of the etiquette that comes from these artists and how they treat DJs and how they approach people and stuff comes from the internet and having accessibility to do things and things becoming easier done, aka now watered down. You know, it lets entitlement come in and things of that nature. So as a store owner and obviously an expert in record sales, you know, what's your quip on the internet and how it's affected record sales and stuff like that? You know, like, do you feel the internet has helped or hindered?
I mean, it definitely has hindered music sales because, I mean, when you really, really dig into it, artists, and this is why they charge so much to perform, man. Artists get 0.3 of a penny per album stream, man. That's nothing unless you're Drake and you're doing 1 billion sales or 1 billion streams. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's bad in that respect, but the internet has made it even the playing field. You don't even have to have money to get out there and get yourself known. You know, all you have to have the right product. You know, via all the social media opportunities we have, via YouTube. You know, I tell cats all the time, you know, we have a lot of people perform at the open mics, and I'm like, bro, where's your video? like people buy music from people they like to and can relate to. They not gonna just listen to your song and say, "Hey, I like this guy." How do they
Yes.
even know?
Yes.
So you have to give them. You have to give them kind of the yellow brick road to get to Wizard of Oz to even know.
Yes.
You know,
I like
so
that.
Well
shoot
said.
a video, get out there, do
Be
podcasts,
seen.
do interviews, be seen, man. Just you know what I'm saying. Even if you standing out in front of the club at night handing out flyers like we used to do with a QR code saying go check my album out.
Man.
Like, those are the type of things that need to happen in order to get people on your team. And you might not catch all 600 people coming out the club, but you only need 10%.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
So,
And they gonna spread it.
For anybody artists listening, he just said it. Don't ask us to repeat it. He just said it. Okay.
Man, that
Listen closely.
think about that, man. You only need 10%. You don't need 600 people, all of them. You just need 10% of that.
You need 60 people.
And that's gonna
600.
spread. And that's gonna
And let
spread.
them 60 people organically become fans, and they'll tell their friends, and they're going to tell their friends that this guy in Minneapolis I met the other night, he's dope. You should check him out. I got the QR code. Now all of a sudden you tapping into people you don't even know.
Yep.
Exactly.
And those are fans. Those are the ones you want.
Yep, those are the fans. And that kind of goes into why it is hard for a star to break out of here, because Minnesota's small. Everybody know you.
Exactly.
It is. It's a real tight. Once you really, really look at it, like you keep bumping into the same cats all the time.
That's it, yeah. But that's why I said we need to do it as the Twin Cities instead of just St. Paul or just Minneapolis. Like it's only gonna
True
work
that.
if the Twin Cities are behind the artists.
True that.
You know, like Casey
People
Pluto.
need to use their social media to its fullest advantage, man. It opens up the world.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of the artist Casey Pluto that worked with Kanye?
For sure.
Yeah, so like his situation, like I feel like he got the Twin Cities behind him, not just St. Paul or not just Minneapolis. Like
Yeah, I
he
would
got
agree.
everybody participating in his come up, like feeling like they're a part of it. And I feel like that's what you need nowadays to really get to that height, those big heights. So
That's true. So then the second part of that, the first question, so you know the internet affecting, you know, the music sales in general. Now there's another thing I hear often, you know, I just want to know what you think. I feel vinyl's gonna be around forever, no matter what comes in or out of affecting music sales. Do you feel the same way?
Oh, most definitely, man. Vinyl is officially back.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
If it wasn't, if it wasn't for vinyl and TikTok, who knows where the music industry would be? You know, TikTok has become the new A&R department, become the new place to break music, like street teams used to do back in the day. And vinyl has brought out people who don't even consume music the way everyone else does, but have those certain favorite records, like say a Doggy Style or a Kid Cudi first album or Kanye first album, Beyonce, you know, Elvis, Elton John, whoever you want to pick. Now those records are available on vinyl.
Oh.
And it's in as a collector to have a turntable and have your 20 or 30 records that you love.
Your
that you wanna
collectibles.
play all the time. And so, yeah, so vinyl has, you know, it's not going to come back from a DJing perspective because now we've moved way past that and everything is so digitalized, but, you know, still gives you the feel of playing records, but it's not playing records anymore. And they cost way too much money for us to be scratching them up like we used to.
Oh my God. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's another topic. I forget the show. What was the show on Netflix about hip hop? The beginning of hip hop.
The New York
They canceled it after one season, but nonetheless, though, it was about the origins of hip hop, Grandmaster Jam, all them stuff like
Yeah, I know
that.
what you're talking about.
Yeah. The Get Down.
The Get Down.
The
There you
Get
go.
Down.
Yep.
Get Down.
The Get
For
Down.
anybody watching, if you want to, if there was ever a great show that has been, you know, that conceptualizes hip hop in general, watch The Get Down. I think it's
On Netflix.
a very good show. Nonetheless, though, so yeah, so the new age eliminates crate digging. You know, you're not spending thousands of dollars on crates. You ain't got to hire your crate boy to carry stuff around. You ain't got to
Man,
do
we used
nothing.
to come to the club with no less than 10 crates, and it'll be 5 DJs DJing at night. We have 30 crates in the booth. And so when it was your turn to get on, you put your crate up on where we keep all the records at it and set yourself up to do your set. But it was literally, but you know, again, we didn't know what we was gonna need for the night. We didn't know what the mood of the crowd was gonna be, so you had to be prepared.
Yep.
Oh wow, you had to. Oh wow, you
Right,
couldn't
think
just
about
put
that.
your computer up and
Nah.
just switch the song. You got to
Yeah.
come with your.
And then you have to have your boy with you to have if you're really controlling the crowd, if you really got it on lock, you got to have somebody that knows your set list or what you got going on, or at least knows the organization, so he can just pull them out
for you.
Because sometimes you need double of the record to hold it down. If you want, like, that's what it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tim, but that's how Grandmaster Jam used to do it. He used to with the breakdowns and stuff. That's why.
Yeah, we had two copies of everything. You know, with Grandmaster Flash.
Flash. I keep saying Jam. My bad.
Hurt. You know,
All them.
everybody had two copies of everything that was hot, so you could mix back and forth.
Yep. So
Oh, so a one-on-one turntable and then a.
Yep.
Okay.
That's how you jump.
Because a lot
That's
of
how
times you would
break
wanna
beats
start
were
it over.
started.
That's
Okay.
how, you know, people would hear their favorite joint come on, and you'd be like, you know, you want to give people time to get to the dance floor. So the best way to do it is, you know, jig it, start it over again. Now they got another 4 beats or so to be like, come on, you know.
Yep.
That's what that was for.
Wow. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. Wow.
So the vinyl, because I was hoping CDs would make a comeback, but those just get too scratched too easily. But I feel
they're not coming.
Nah, that's dated. But vinyl is just one of those things that it's just never loses its look value either. It looks cool when you put the record on to the player. It's
hip. It's hip right now, man.
Yeah,
It's retro. It's hip.
Yeah.
You know, it's what people are doing. But like I said, it definitely has put the music business back in the driver's seat. And I think to the tune of a few million vinyl copies sold last year. The number was huge.
Wow. Can I say I think it was Urban Outfitters that did it, because I walked in there.
Urban Outfitters is definitely responsible for that. They
do?
They sell a lot of new vinyl.
Urban Outfitters is kind of like how Tim was just saying that, like, TikTok kind of like
Right.
Urban Outfitters is the reason, because that's like where those kind of TikTok kids go to shop and stuff
Oh,
like that. So they'll put whatever's trendy in the store.
In the store.
So you'll
In the store.
Yeah.
The whole store is made up of trendy stuff, period.
Yep.
You know?
Oh, okay.
And vinyl just
Wow, I
happens
didn't
to be one of those trendy things.
Yep.
But if you go in Best Buy now, Best Buy doesn't have any CDs, cassettes, none of that. But they do have a vinyl section now.
Okay. Wow. I didn't even know
Target
that.
does have a big vinyl selection.
They
Their
do.
CD selection
Yep.
might be one rack,
One
but their
rack
vinyl
now.
selection might be 3-4 racks.
Yep.
Wow, that's
But
crazy.
and then if you look on the bottom shelf, they'll have a $100 vinyl player with a USB drive or something in it.
Yeah, so it's a whole new game, man.
With a USB drive.
But everything retro is good, man. Whether
Yeah.
it's shoes, clothes, music,
Yep.
how you consume it.
Yep.
It seems like it holds its value
around.
now. It holds its value.
We were
over time.
futuristic. Everything that happened in the 90s was futuristic, man, because we was doing everything right before we had the technology to do it. You feel
Okay.
me? Like right now, Tim, I think the 70s are back in right now. What you think? Like, I'm starting to see it in clothes, bell bottoms.
Definitely in clothes, it's definitely coming back. In music, if you know what people are consuming is you know, like we just finished the promotion for Black History Month with Rhino Records, which had a lot to do with Curtis Mayfield, greatest hits, Slave, greatest hits,
Superfly.
wow.
Franklin, greatest, you know, people like that, Ashford and Simpson, stuff like that. So everybody wants that 70s, 80s sound, especially on vinyl.
Yeah.
Because that's the most crispiest sound, right?
Yes, it's
Or
the
you can
clearest.
Most crispiest.
That's
Okay.
the clearest way.
Analog, you get all the cracks and pops, man. It's a beautiful thing.
It's warm. It sounds good,
Yep.
man. Ain't no sharp hisses. Ain't no nothing.
Nope.
My dad used to dabble in DJing back in the day, and he still has his decks, and
my dad did too.
he's got about 10 crates right now. So that's his thing. We'll listen to music in high def.
Hey, you probably
That's
got some
dope.
classic. Anybody who got 10 crates got classic joints in there.
Got
trust
some
me.
Man,
classics.
for real, because he still crate digs, like that's his hobby and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was like there was a time where vinyl wasn't popping, so all the legend, like the rare stuff you find for $5, $6 tags on
Yep.
it, you know. And now that it's back popular, them things is worth $200.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Depending on what it is.
Where it is.
You know,
Yep.
like, and that's the kids who missed out. A lot of that is the kids who missed out, and they want that piece of nostalgia. You feel me?
Okay.
Like especially with the '90s. Would you agree, Tim?
I would agree.
Okay.
Totally.
Wow. That's dope.
Yeah,
That's
like
dope.
we're blessed to be that age or be old enough where we were able to live through it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And stuff like that. But
So
the
we got
kids who are now like the 18-year-olds who were born in 2000,
2000s.
they're 22 now. If you're born in 2000, that's nuts. That's nuts. So man,
So
I
I
what
got
you got any
yeah. Okay. So labels back then. Do you think that artists had more control with the labels back then than they do now?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Well, two things. One, yes and no. Artists just wanted deals back then. A lot of artists, now artists are taking more control of their careers. That's why you'll find a lot of cats leaving labels and going independent because now they know they don't necessarily need. There's certain things that need the machine.
Right.
For radio records, you need the machine. You need to get on the radio, pop radio, CHR radio, urban contemporary radio. You have to in order to sell your records.
Right.
But then there's so much stuff that doesn't need that. You don't need a label.
Right. Like the independent game is booming.
A lot of artists have figured that out.
Yeah. So like a lot of labels are starting to become like more like Empire. You ever heard of Empire, the distribution?
Yeah, Empire.
So so a lot of record labels are taking that route, like just becoming like a partner with artists now.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that's due to like
partnership is a better way to do it. And honestly, it's more mirrors what the music business is. When I mentioned all those labels I used to contact for Record Pool Records back in the day, the Tommy Boys, the Sugar Hill Profile, Rap A Lot. It's Empire's mirroring their business and it's putting out a number of records, and whichever one kind of catches, that's the one they put the money into. And that's what it was back in the day.
That makes sense.
Isn't that what I might get the name wrong. Did RCA do that after they? No, Arista. Whoever bought Arista, didn't they do that?
Well, Arista was, part of the Big Four. They were part of the Big Four major labels.
Okay.
So they had all the money.
Okay.
So their marketing plans were a little bit different. Where they had Wu-Tang and a number of groups got onto their rap side with Steve Rifkin, but RCA had been around way longer than that with Diana Ross and all kinds of other people. They just, rap music started bubbling. So a lot of cats put their foot in the water.
Got you.
We gotta get some of that money.
Some early, some late.
I was watching T-Pain's Drink Champs, and he was talking about that. I don't know. That's where that question came from. Okay. So I was just wondering if you knew.
He would have came along later in the game on RCA.
Okay. Yeah, because he was talking about how like they got bought up by somebody, or like the record label fell through, and then like him and Chris Brown and all these big artists were getting. Like what you just said, guys, he's doing. They started doing the whole let's just make a bunch of records, but T-Pain wasn't getting put into that pool to get put out there. You know what I'm saying? Right. So he was trying to get out of his deal because of that. And Jeff, what's his face, Ghazi Rifkin. Okay. Wasn't gonna let him do that for whatever reason. So that was it. So
contracts, man, it's crazy.
I was gonna say.
So without, I know you say you don't want to get too deep into it. Would you consider yourself an exec? A music exec?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we and I only say that because it had been blessed to sit at a number of tables and
I was gonna say
contracts and been able to via my other company with my business partner Roberta been able to usher in a number of people from the city into record deals. So yeah,
that's dope.
I would consider on that level, yes.
Okay.
Do you still do that type of work? Or
yes.
Okay.
Are you guys into artist development right now? Like, is that, or do you feel like because of the new age methods with the internet and accessibility that artists should be pretty, groomed or ready right now?
No, I still believe you got to develop. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You find raw talent and you turn it into what it needs to be. You take somebody's talent that it's like a superpower. You have it and you don't know what to do with it, how to control it yet. So you go get Professor X to come in and say, listen, this is how we make it happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you find new artists to work with? Like, what's your way? Like, do you be on the internet or people?
To be honest with you, man, people bring me CDs, all the time. People send me MP3s, check me out. Open mic. Other management companies say, hey, I got an artist you should check out. So There's a lot of different ways, you know.
Okay. That's what's up, man. I'm glad you still got your foot in here, man. Like still trying to make, still pushing the culture forward. I love that.
Yes, sir.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
man.
love it. You ain't stopped.
Yeah, man.
Nah.
That's
I mean,
you
the
ain't
common
stop.
denominator for me at the end of the day, bro, is just I love music, and so I'm gonna be involved in it no matter what.
No matter what, yeah.
Right.
Same here. I love
That
it.
that leads into my next question. So what do you see in the next 5 years? Because I know you say you got the record label stuff, you got the shop. Like do you have any plans to maybe like go bigger, or you just keeping it the same? What you got planned for the next 5 years?
I think store wise, man, just because retail is so volatile,
Mhm.
you keep that where it's at, but you try to branch out with other opportunities within the music business. And then from a retail standpoint, we try to, I'm gonna try to just continue to do what I'm doing, continue to bring young creators like you guys to the table, various platforms to try to get awareness out there, the open mics, the DJ events, things like that really tap into the community.
There you go.
And let those push things forward. And
Yep.
that's kind of
Mm-hmm.
what I see for the next 5 years is just growing the creative base of the city. The sales, music, stuff like that, that'll follow, in my
Mhm.
opinion.
Yep.
It just comes with the amount of customers you bring through the door. It's a numbers game.
Right.
But if we can stay relevant in the community, if we can stay relevant in the music industry, if we can keep our industry contacts and events and things like that we keep them getting bigger and just stay tapped in. Like I said, the young guys like
Stay
yourself,
tapped in. Yeah.
we gonna keep it moving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got something we want to bring to you too after the show. Talk to you about a little bit about as well. Event opportunity.
Let's do it.
Help bring the Twin Cities together.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. So, but yeah, man. Oh, man, we could talk about so much, man. I
got one more.
Go ahead.
I got one more before we get out of here. More back to your whole niche with sales.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you go to college for anything of that, or is that just natural common sense coming off the streets?
No, I went to a 2-year business school.
Okay.
ITT business. I don't even know.
Oh
if
wow.
that's still around.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it is. They were scamming people.
I don't think so.
They were
but,
scamming people.
Yeah, I don't even know, but I did learn sales.
Okay.
I did learn or at least desire I developed a desire to own a business because of that school. And to be honest with you, I probably was already kind of predestined. I mean, I wasn't an athlete or anything like that. I was always into music from the beginning. I mean, my locker at school was like a store.
Gotcha.
Like people would come to my locker once a week and I'd open it up and I didn't have, sorry to say I didn't have any school books or anything like that in there. But what I did have was about 100 cassettes that I made of all the latest mixes and music.
Oh, wow.
Man, I need a CD, man.
Hustling.
I need a cassette, rather, for a party I'm having at my house this weekend. What you got? I opened it up, man. Well, let me bring you over to the rap section and check this out. So I was already kind of doing it back then.
Nice,
So
man.
you was like selling mixtapes and stuff already before
Yeah, I was
DJ
selling
dramas
mixtapes.
and all that.
Before all of those,
Okay.
yeah.
All that, man.
Man, he opened the locker up.
He did. Well, that would explain that explains because that was leading into the whole plaque of achieving 9 billion in sales.
9 billion in sales. That's dope.
That's
Yeah,
an accomplishment.
This is being part of the system, man.
Okay.
The coalition, if you will, and how much music we all touch together in
Mhm.
order to help. I think that particular one you're talking about is a polygram Mercury plaque.
Yeah.
And it's just all of us combined help them reach that number in sales that
Ooh.
year.
That's really dope, man. That's really dope. You had a
People used to buy a lot of music, man.
Man.
yeah. And nowadays you can almost argue there's too much.
But
But
but it's a different type of music for everybody. It's something for everybody.
it's something for everybody.
Like,
but
And
literally.
that's the most beautiful thing about music, man. It doesn't matter what you're doing, what you're going through, what's happening in your life. Everybody taps into music for some reason or another.
mhm.
And that's what honestly what keeps music moving, man. Different moods, different time periods, just things you remember from back in the day. You know, oh man, that was my song. Remember we was driving across country and da 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 da. And
Yes,
that record
sir.
used to play. That was the only cassette we had. We had to play it over and over. Like I remember one time we was on tour with Keisha Cole with an artist we had, and we only had two CDs, man. Sean Kingston and Rick Ross mixtape, man. And everybody in the car knew every word to
Yep,
every
every song.
Kept we going, rewinding the same songs back to back, huh? Yeah.
How you only
You
have
know, but
two?
then, hey, them late nights when you driving, man, you try to stay awake, man.
Yep.
I'm singing,
Push it to
I'm
the
right
limit.
along with Sean Kingston, singing every word.
Beautiful girl.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh man,
That was like
that's
his
great.
like one of his biggest hits, right?
Yep,
Like his-
sure was.
Huge.
Man. Huge, man.
Suicidal.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like,
he
he
got
never-
away with those lyrics.
He did. He definitely did.
So, man, Tim, man, we really appreciate you coming through and calling in for us, man.
I appreciate you guys having me, man.
Absolutely,
It's been an honor,
man.
You guys are up and coming, man. I appreciate the movement, and like I said, I'm just tapping into young creatives, man. And anything I can do to, help you guys keep it moving, we'll do it.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that, man. Like for real, like we talked about this for weeks, and like we gonna tap in some more with you. Like this ain't it. Like we want to keep continue to involve ourselves with whatever got going on.
Our brand in this podcast is rooted in hip hop and everything too, and obviously, we want to keep that alive. We want to
Exactly.
bring authentic hip hop.
We didn't even want to go on and interview nobody else until we got your story out first. Until we got you
I appreciate that.
solidified first. Like we got to tell his. We got to get him. Highlighted first before we tap into the younger generation, younger artists, and other
I
creatives.
appreciate that.
So this is dope. Thanks for having you, man. Thanks for coming through.
Appreciate you,
I
man.
appreciate y'all for having me, man. Anytime, brother.
Yeah.
I'll laugh.
So, Tim, before we get off, anything else you want to let the people know, man? You want to repeat where you are, hours of, operation, things like that?
Man, just if you love music, man, if you love nostalgia, vinyl, etc., man, come through Urban Lights, St. Paul, Minnesota, in the Midway. You can follow us at The Urban Light on all the social media platforms. Other than that, man, just tap in, bro.
Yep.
We here.
Tap in, man. They got, like you said, they got merch, memorabilia. As you can see, I got a shirt on right now, man, courtesy of my boy Fresh. Thanks to him. Tim's got his hoodie on right now, man. It's real dope, man. They're involved, they're current, they're tapped in, man.
Man,
and
please.
they're also nostalgic, man. Everything
Yes.
from the golden age to the beginning is in there, man. You go check them out.
Yeah, you're going to get that real hip-hop feel. Like that real. If you want to get that hip-hop New York feel, go right to University and... What's the other street? What's the side street? It's on University and
What was the address?
University in Pascal.
Pascal. Yep.
All right.
Right on University and Pascal. Right there.
Yes,
in the
sir.
Midway.
All right,
So-
man. Well, what a great episode, man. We get to chop it up with
Thank you.
Tim, man. Tim, thank you. Hopefully we get some, all the younger cats watching this, man. Go tap in with the OG.
Tap in.
Go tap in with.
Appreciate y'all.
Go
Anytime,
get your
man.
history, man. And go follow the Urban Lights. This is Fresh. This is Tony. That's Motivation to Hustle. This is Blue Spear Minneapolis. We had Tim with the Urban Lights. You feel me?
And this is the new Twin Cities podcast.
Thank you guys, man. Have a good. Till next time. Have a good day.
Peace.
Man, legendary.